Hey guys, my name's Glenn and this is my channel BitGlen, and this is a diary of my cryptocurrency journey that hopefully you'll follow through from the start of my journey all the way to the end, and obviously you guys are along for the ride. Today I want to talk about an ICO, Envion. It actually goes live tomorrow. It was supposed to start 2 weeks ago, but it got delayed by 2 weeks. So I've already done a video once talking about preparation for the ICO, but obviously that got delayed by 2 weeks, and since then some new information's come about, so I thought I would give you guys an update because I haven't talked about them for the last week or so. So for me, the reason that I was drawn towards Envion was that I believe that the most sensible option for me going forward in this cryptocurrency journey was to accumulate coins. So not try and make profit today. I want to accumulate coins for the future. So I started looking at mining services. So I was going to mine at home. I was also looking at cloud mining, Genesis mining. I'm currently invested now with hashflare.io. And then Envion, obviously they're offering a mining service with cheap, renewable, more environmentally friendly energy. So I was attracted to these guys from the word get-go. I started researching them, and there's tons of ICOs out there. There's literally hundreds. So choosing the right one, you have to choose one that you feel quite passionate about, I believe. Otherwise you're going to lose interest in it, and unless you're sort of just looking to buy and sell tokens and shares very quickly, then obviously you're going to dip in and out of different ICOs. But this one I actually feel quite passionately about now, and I really want this to obviously be a success, and I'm getting myself prepared for the sale of the tokens, which starts tomorrow at midday. So one thing that I do want to say is that it seems like they're a lot more prepared for this one than they were when it was meant to go live 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, there was still a lot of chatter in the sort of Telegram group chat that we have. People saying, well, how do I do this? What about this? What type of file do I need to upload? And what ID do I need? What country can I be from? And da 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 da. So this time they've actually released on their, I've been on their Twitter today and Facebook. I follow all their posts. And they said that they've actually done an instruction guide, so a step-by-step guide. This isn't a white paper, so this isn't their business plan or anything like that. This is purely just a step-by-step guide on how to go about investing on them from midday tomorrow onwards. So I thought I'd show you guys that. So this is their token sale guide. It's not, like I say, it's not a white paper. It tells you about how to buy Ethereum, where to store it, like where to install the tokens that they're going to send you back. That's where you can follow them: Facebook, Telegram, and Medium. Right, so this is the preparation. So they're saying that before you go and invest, make sure you have this to hand so that there's no delays or any reasons why you can't get in on day one. To be perfectly prepared for Envion token sale, you need to be prepared with the following documents and obligations. Oh, I read that wrong. Scan of a passport, which I've got, ID card or driving license, depending on your country. There is a link on another site. It will show you what you actually need ID-wise per country. Different countries have different rules. For the UK, I need passport and driving license, which I have both. If you're from the US, you need additional investors information. So you need to have a verified investor make the investment for you. You can't just do it yourself like I'm doing it by myself here in the UK. So please make sure you get all their details. I don't know. I've never had an investor, so I wouldn't know. But look into that. If you have one in the USA, speak to them beforehand. I know a couple of you messaged me saying that you've got your investors all set up ready to go, or you haven't, and obviously that's down to you. Make sure you've got the Ether, so you can either pay by Ethereum, Bitcoin, or your credit card. But I'll tell you the pros and cons of each of those in a second. And you need to have a wallet which receives or is capable of receiving ERC20 tokens. Now this is really important because this is how they're going to pay you every week. So this is how you're going to receive your money. So make sure you do your research. Make sure whatever wallet it is you're using is ERC20 capable. Registration. In order to register with Envion, we only need a bit of information from your side. This includes a valid email address, that's a given, your full name and your country of residence. That's pretty easy. Unless you don't know where you live, then maybe you shouldn't be investing. Payment setup. We offer Envion tokens via our website, envion.org only. There are 3 ways to complete your purchase. However, we recommend to pay with Ether. Ether payment, highly recommended, no fees. Bitcoin payment, additional fees. Bitcoin is quite expensive to send money to and from wallets, so there's a lot of fees involved. Just to give you an example, for me to transfer £10 worth of Bitcoin today, it cost me £10 in fees as well, so it actually cost me £20. So, that just gives you an idea. If you're trying to send 1,000 Bitcoin, generally the fees stay the same, oddly enough, so it might only be £10 or £12. Then it might not be too bad. But if you're only investing sort of $100 worth, you don't want to be paying sort of $15 worth of fees on top, because then you're only receiving, your $85 worth of tokens. So it's up to you though if you feel more comfortable doing that. Payment by credit card, additional fees, so whatever your credit card company charges. Token lock-in period for several months. You could buy Ether with envion.org/how-to-ether with credit card first to avoid lock-in. So what they're talking about is when you pay by credit card, obviously you could pay by credit card online and then you could wait a couple of weeks and then ring up your credit card company and say, oh, someone's scammed my card, I didn't buy that, and then obviously they withdraw the funds. So what they're doing is to cover themselves, they're saying that you won't receive the tokens instantly. You may have to wait a few months. They start accumulating money, so like Ethereum and stuff like that. So you will start earning money, but you won't receive any of that. Obviously, once it all goes through, I think they're quoted 3 to 4 months, depending on your credit card company. Once it goes through, obviously you'll receive that. So it is retroactive, if you like. You will get the money from the day that it starts up until you start receiving them. You will gain that mining equivalent of coin. Sorry, so that's something to bear in mind. But then saying that, I was talking to my friend Andy, who's also investing with me tomorrow, and he said, Glenn, do you know what? I'd rather just do it with a credit card. I'd rather just wait because at least I know I'm secure. So it's really down to your preference. I'm actually paying with Ethereum myself. I've got it already in my Ethereum wallet. It's actually Litecoin at the moment because Litecoin's going up. But I'm going to transfer that into Ethereum and then obviously transfer it to Envion tomorrow. The verification of your account. We need to verify your identity by means of suitable documents. So that's them doing it their end. Transaction. After your payment is verified, we will send you the purchased Envion tokens generally within the next few hours, latest until January the 15th. So this ICO sale, if you like, is from tomorrow, which is December the 15th, till January the 14th. No. Yes. So you've got a month, you've got 30 days to take part in this. You can only buy them tokens from Envion themselves. They're not on any exchange or anything like that, so you have to go through them. Once it's completed and you've received your ERC20 tokens, these EVN tokens, then you're free to sell them to other people. So you can say, here, look, I've just bought this Envion token for 70 cents per token. I'm willing to sell them for, I don't know, $3 a token if you want to, if that's how it goes. And they're saying that they will be available on a few exchanges, but obviously give that time. For me personally, obviously I want to keep hold of the tokens because I want to see how much I'm actually receiving in mining. I want to accumulate more coins, not sell for a quick profit. Because I believe them coins will be worth more than these current tokens, especially in the next 2 to 3 years. But that's my business plan. obviously let me know what you're thinking and what you'd be willing to do with your tokens. Before investing in Envion tokens, we need our investors to be aware of some of our prerequisitions and general information on the Envion token sale. You'll find a summary in the main aspects below. Who can participate? Envion does not exclude any individual from any country in the world from participating in the Envion ICO. There are certain special participant rules. However, there is an explanation below. All participants are encouraged to check up on the local ICO rules. So what they're saying is some countries like America and I believe Switzerland and I think even Germany, they actually have rules in place about investing in ICOs. Now, as far as I'm aware, you can just invest in an ICO because you could transfer money from one wallet to another and your government don't need to know about it. Not that I'm saying go against your government because that's probably illegal. But Envion are trying to take a step, trying to look one step ahead. And they're saying, well, eventually down the line, there probably will be rules in place. So we're going to try and go by them rules now so that when the governments and that catch up, they can't backtrack and say, right, you didn't follow it properly last year, so we're going to shut you down and stuff like that. I believe that's what their way of thinking is. So they're trying to cover themselves in the future, which is great. Obviously, it adds a little bit more security as well. And I believe they've got someone in their team working for them that have done quite a lot of ICOs, and they're on the board of how ICOs should be presented and sold in the future. I can't remember their names, but there was a couple of them on there. So they've got a good team behind them backing the process of the ICO anyway, and they're also being audited as well for the process of the sale. So an auditing firm is going to obviously oversee things and make sure that they're doing everything fairly and evenly, which is again great for consumers like myself. So they're going to have these tokens on sale from December the 15th, that's tomorrow, and they're going to be 70 cents a share. Remember, this is in dollars. After December the 17th, so 48 hours later, there'll be at 80 cents, then on December the 21st, 90 cents, and then December the 28th, so towards the end of the month, they will be $1. The token sale ends as soon as a hard cap of 150 million sold tokens have been reached, or January the 14th. The soft cap for the Envion token sale is 100 Ether. So what that means is that they actually want to generate 150 million tokens. So the ERC tokens that they're sending out to people, they want to sell 150 million of them. That 150 million, they are keeping 10% themselves as a company, I believe. So now we're obviously only talking like 135 million. And then I believe that management and they're going to keep a certain percentage, and then some are going to be held back. So I think it's something like, in their white paper, 120, I've got 123 million in my head. That's how many will be sold to just the general public. Anyone can take part and buy as many of them as they want. From what I can understand, whatever currency you're transferring them, whether that's Ethereum or Bitcoin, whatever they're worth at that exact point in time, that is how many tokens will be distributed to you. So I'm transferring them 1,200 British pounds. Obviously that needs to be converted into how much US dollars that is compared to Envion tokens at that point. So currently, as it stands now, I'm not going to work that out in my head, but each Ethereum is worth $732. So then obviously when you transfer them your amount of coins, so for me that would be probably 1.5 Ethereum coins. So I'm going to have obviously probably £1,500 worth of US dollars, say, worth of tokens. Obviously we're buying them at 170 cent token. So I'm estimating that I'm going to have around about, and this is just me off the top of my head, about 2,000 tokens. So I should be receiving 2,000 tokens, And from that, every time they mine something, they're going to send the profit from that mining in Ethereum to all those 125 million tokens, if you like. If you own 2,000 of them, then you're receiving 2,000 lots of bit of profit. Now, it might only be 0.001 of a Ethereum, you know, whatever, but you're going to receive more of that. So if you invest £10,000 worth or $10,000, you're going to receive 10 or probably 15,000 coins worth of profit. So it's really important where you keep the tokens, and that is why I said to you, make sure you receive you've got a wallet that can receive ERC20 tokens. Minimum payout. A lot of people ask this, so probably the two most popular questions I see on that Telegram post is, I'm from this country, can I invest, and what is the minimum amount I can put in? There is no minimum. So the lowest price of a token obviously is going to be 70 cent. So if you've got 70 cent, you can invest into Envion. And as long as you're, if you're anywhere in the world, as long as you've got, if you're from America, as long as you've got investors authorization, or you know, their credentials, then you can invest as well. And anywhere else in the world, you can just do it yourself, like I am. So anyone could get involved, and any amount of money. So it's up to you. Only invest what you're willing to lose, because obviously there's no guarantee that these guys are going to work. If they start missing their payments that they're promising out to people, then their token value is going to go down, because no one's going to want them. They're all going to try and sell them. So you have to be a bit open to the mind, you know, that you're going to lose money. So only invest what you think you're willing to lose, what you're happy to wake up and think, do you know what, I've lost that amount of money. So if I lost £1,200, would that make me in debt? Would I be struggling? No, I wouldn't. Okay, so I'm willing to invest that amount. But if it was, say, 3,000, then yeah, I would be stretching myself. And if something went south, then I would struggle to pay that £3,000 back. It would take me a long time. So I'm not willing to take that risk. So just obviously you're watching this and you may have whatever budget you've got in your head set aside that you can afford to lose. Hopefully that won't happen though, fingers crossed, and they go up. When buying Envion by credit card will result in your tokens end up in a lockdown period, of 4 to 12 months. That seems like a very long time, 12 months. The lockdown period is a protection for our investors needed for credit card payments as an additional fraud protection. Paying by credit card or BTC furthermore results in higher transaction costs, and by that you get less tokens. You can buy Ethereum with credit card to bypass this lockdown period. So again, reiterating what I said earlier, if you pay by credit card and you pay $1,000, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to receive $1,000 worth of tokens. But if your credit card company charges 5% transaction fee to Envion, obviously they need to take that out. So then now you're only receiving $95 worth. And then obviously your to stop fraud, your tokens are locked down, so you're not receiving any profits from them for, it says 4 to 12 months. 12 months seems very extreme. I don't know any credit cards that have fraud protection for over a year, but I may be wrong. So just bear that in mind. Whatever you're happy to, you know, if you can stomach that, and if you're thinking, do you know what, I'm just going to, you know, buy these tokens and keep hold of them for over a year anyway, then maybe you're happy to do that with a credit card. So I'm paying with Ethereum myself just so I can get the tokens, and obviously I can vlog with you guys what I start receiving and how it works. So I want them as soon as possible. In order to invest in Envion tokens, you need to register with Envion. To create an account, please sign up to the email, which I've done. So you can go on their website and just type in an email address and you get an email saying you're now registered for the pre-sale. Payment setup. So they have two different wallets that they actually sort of recommend, if you like. Now, 2 weeks ago, before they started, they were saying we don't recommend any wallet, but you can check out MyEther if you want. Now they're actually saying, right, these are the two that we sort of recommend. It's just telling you, this is a screenshot of what their payment system is going to look like. So you've created your account, then you're selecting a payment option. Please be aware that payments by credit card will result in higher transactions. We've already gone over that. Ethereum's recommended. We've gone over that. This is the ones that they recommend. So they recommend MetaMask. If you do not have MetaMask installed, we highly recommend you install it before continuing the process. Manual payments can sometimes prove to be complicated, as it takes a lot more time for Envion tokens purchased compared to using MetaMask. You can easily download MetaMask by clicking the link provided during the registration. If you install the MetaMask plugin on Chrome already, the plugin will open automatically. The only thing you need to do is submit your purchase. Settings are automatically provided by Envion. Do not change. So they're saying if you download this MetaMask Chrome extension, which I'm using Safari, so what I've done is I've gone and actually downloaded it. So I've gone to MetaMask and I've downloaded it. You get this little fox that follows your cursor, which I think is pretty cool, if anything. And then it downloads this into an extension on Chrome, and you can buy and sell and receive tokens. I'm not fully sure how this works. I was trying to put my Ethereum into it. I don't know now, reading that, I don't know if I have to buy MetaMask tokens or something. So I'm not too sure. I'm going to obviously check that out. And then let you guys know, but I haven't actually deposited anything to it yet. But that's one of them that they're recommended. Now, I don't tend to use Google Chrome, so for me, I was thinking, oh, I don't really want to have to open up a different web browser, transfer it from one account to another, and yada yada yada. So the other option was My Ether Wallet. I have a My Ether Wallet. It's just a plain website. It's the most basic website most basic wallet I've seen so far. It is literally type in your key, you type it in, and then it says balance 0, withdraw, send, receive, or something like that. It's really basic. But they're saying in there, if you do go in there, please put in these details and please allow this much gas. Gas is like a transaction fee, how much money you're willing to spend to get your money sent across to the other person quicker. The higher you put in, the miners that actually work out all the transactions, they'll pick your transaction first over someone who's not willing to pay much. They can go to the back of the queue, so then your one gets sorted first. I believe that's how it works. Obviously, Bitcoin, you can just send them it using your whatever wallet. But remember, obviously, you need to if you're paying by Bitcoin, don't think that your Envion tokens are going to go into your Bitcoin wallet, because they're not. Remember, you need an Ethereum ERC20 capable wallet to receive the coins. So you will need 2 different wallets, one to send the Bitcoin and one to receive the Ethereum. So I hope that makes sense. File upload. So when you're doing your ID, you're meant to scan it across. It's telling you what type of files they accept. I'm just going to use my scanner that I have here, but they have said that you can even use just a picture on your phone. So just get your phone, take a picture of your passport and driving license, send that to them. As long as it's clear and visible so you can read the details on your passport. Here's a bit about the wallets and delays to be prepared for, which again we've sort of gone over. And that's it. That's the end of their guide of investing as of tomorrow. So, whew, that was a bit of a slog, wasn't it? I hope that's cleared up some of your questions that you may have, or maybe you didn't even have any questions, but I've told you something new that you didn't even know or was aware of. So if I've helped you out in any way, please like this video. I'm going to be documenting my whole journey with this Envion investment, so subscribe to my channel. There's a little coin here somewhere you can click onto link to subscribe. Yeah, I've been following all their Twitter posts. Just giving you a heads up, make sure you get your thing ready for tomorrow. They've had loads of traffic to their website, so they're saying that all of a sudden they've had tons of people check their website today to obviously see if anything's new or changed for tomorrow, and if there's anything that they need to know. So just make sure you're all prepared. I'm going to scan my ID today, save them as files onto my desktop. I'm gonna take photos on my phone just in case as a backup. I'm gonna have my Ethereum all set up, ready to go. I've got my Ether wallet set up so I can start receiving the tokens. So I believe I'm all ready to rock and roll. So I hope you are too, if you're thinking of joining. If you are thinking of investing in Envion, please comment down below what your thoughts are, or even if you're not, why are you not? What's holding you back? What's your worries or concerns? Please let me know. I want to hear from all of you. And like I say, don't forget to subscribe. If you go to my item description, there's links of sort of websites that I'm using at the moment. Some of them are referral links, some are not. Some are just useful information. So check that out. And you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all BitGlen. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. I'll probably do a video of me investing in Envion tomorrow, so I can show you whether the process went smoothly or not, and then obviously once I receive the tokens, and from that we should start seeing sort of towards the end of January, because remember the sale goes on till January the 14th. Obviously they'll start mining and using that money to build more and more containers. If you're not sure what their business plan is, go back and watch one of my previous videos. I've done 2 or 3 now about what Envion are trying to do and how they're going about it. And obviously I'll let you guys know how it all goes, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll start receiving Ethereum into my wallet sort of by the end of January, and it'll be a good return. So that's fingers crossed. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video, guys. It's been BitGlen. See you later. Bye.